All right, y'all. It's Brunches of Bunches. I'm your co-host Raj, and I'm here with your favorites, Chi and Victoria. And today we have a very, very, very special guest, y'all. She's in the community doing a lot of things with her brand G.H.E.T.O, and then her nonprofit Education is Key.
Welcome, baby girl. We keep the keys, okay?
Yes.
Yay,
Pleasure
so
to
glad
have
to be
you,
here.
mamas.
So glad to be here, y'all. Y'all didn't have the vibe since I walked through the door, okay? So it's a good time.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
We will start off the segment with the game segment.
Okay.
So you chose Loaded, and what that is, you have 3 or 4 questions.
3.
So you have 3 questions, and you'll read it to yourself.
Okay.
You don't have to share the question, but you do have to share the answer.
Okay.
If you choose not to tell us what the question is, you do have to drink. I can start, because I'm going to be doing this with you, too. So I can start
Right.
so you can,
Cool.
get an idea of how it goes.
Yeah, show me how I go.
So we jump up into it. All right.
Let me get mine.
I don't know how to answer this one. Can I pass? Can I go to the next question?
Go to the next one.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Gain 200 pounds. That's my answer. So now if I read the question to you guys, I'm safe. If I choose not to read the question, then I have to drink.
Okay.
So my question says, would you rather lose your sex organs forever or gain 200 pounds? So I would say I would gain 200 pounds because you could spend a couple years fixing it.
Yeah.
But you can't fix your sex organs once they're gone.
Yeah. So, I was about to read the question. No, I don't recall. The question is, have you ever practiced kissing in a mirror? I don't recall. Because I'm like, like little kids, like how they do like weird things. It just, I'm like, I'm trying to think when I was little, did I do that? No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm safe.
Okay, Chi.
Huh?
Chi?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the question is, if I had to flash a person in this room, who would it be? I feel like Chi, like you would sort of. I feel like you would like. It would be uncomfortable, but you would make it feel comfortable. Like you would probably compliment my nipples or something. So
you know who gonna flatter her? Like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think your reply would be just very encouraging and uplifting.
Wow, it's so perky.
Yeah.
It's a nice chair.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Cause it's like I know it's some good characters I'm overlooking. I'm kissing somebody Prince. I'm gonna go with Aladdin. So it says, if you had to make out with any Disney character, who would it be?
Aladdin's
I'm gonna say Aladdin.
Aladdin's
Yeah,
bomb.
I'm gonna go with Aladdin. I'm not mad at that.
Princess and the Frog Prince.
Yeah.
That's
his name.
That's
so,
okay.
That's my
Yes,
man.
that's what. Wow, there it is. Okay, but I chose Aladdin, so.
Is that all the questions?
I have a question, and it's a little challenging. So the question is, who is one person you pretend to like but actually don't? I have a cousin, and this cousin just like kisses everyone, just like hello. And I don't know. I just don't like that.
Yeah.
So like yeah.
Oh, one of
So
those.
that yeah.
So dead.
So the cousin, no names.
Cousin, yeah, no name, but it's a cousin. So Chi, you want to kick it off?
Oh yeah.
I know. I think she got one more.
Oh shit,
No.
my bad.
Nope.
So I can't really say like this was a crush situation. it was a show off situation that I embarrassed myself. So I was like, I think I was in middle school, and I was at my friend's house, and she had a big brother, and then like he would have friends over or whatever, right? So I remember my mom came pick me up, and then I was like, Mom, like, you know, like, can I drive your car? Like, let me just pull off the block. That's it. Like, you know, like I don't know what else I was doing. So, and then my sister, she also came to it, but she had her own car. They came in separate cars, and my sister was there, and she was like, you know, trying to help me persuade my mom, and she was like, yeah, just let her do it, like, just let her pull off. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, Nicole, like, yeah, like, that's my real name, like, if y'all didn't know, I go by Neekko though. But she like, yeah, like, all right. So I'm like, okay. So the brother and his friends is actually outside, like, just chilling or whatever, and the car is, you know, right outside the house. So I get in the car, and then like I feel them looking like, she in the driver's seat, like, so I'm feeling all tight, like. So then it was like a car, my mom's car, and then my sister's car, right? It's parallel park. So I knew I had to back up before I could pull out. So my anxious, thirsty self, I put it in reverse and I let it go back, you know, a little bit, hit the brake a little hard, whatever. But you know, my mom, she kind of already like. So then like I turned the wheel to go out, and then my sister, she like, go ahead, you got it. Y'all, why did I press the gas without changing the damn gear? And I went back some more, but luckily I pressed the brake fast enough so it didn't hit my sister's car, but it was definitely a hot mess. And my mom was like, oh hell no, get out. Like, it was a whole scene, y'all, and I promise I did not get out the car. I like stuck, and then I like climbed over to the driver's seat, and I was like, can you just drive away? And then it was messed up because that was my friend at the time. So I was like, I'm gonna have to see him again. Like, yo, oh my gosh, that shit was like so embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never doing that again. Like, she was cussing me out the whole time, and I was just like, so they seen it, you know, they was laughing, like, and they high schoolers too. So it was that was embarrassing. But the question was, it said, what's the dumbest thing? It said, what's the dumbest thing you've done to impress a crush? So I'm gonna count that one. Like, stop trying to show off. I thought, you know.
Okay, so you talk about education is key.
Yeah.
And I know that you went to college. Where did you go?
Yeah, so I was a first generation college student or graduate, I guess you could say now, and I went to UC Santa Barbara. But I would say with UC Santa Barbara though, I just wish we had more black people there. It was slim out there, and then it's like you got black people out there that didn't want to be associated with being black. Like, it was crazy, but yeah.
What are some things you wish you knew coming in? Because it was good that you went on your campus visits. That's the first start, because it was good that you was able to get that energy. Because UC Berkeley, that's something my dad wanted me to do. But that vibe, like you said, is too tight.
Yeah.
So what are some things you wish you knew or you would have done differently going to college?
I probably would have worked, since I'm natural, like, at networking, and that was always been, like, a thing for me. Like, I thought that was so important. But I feel like I should have did more with my peers. I was usually, like, going to, like, you know, offices and talking to, you know, a counselor, just, like, a staff person, but never really with my peers. And I stayed connected with some from college, but I feel like if I would have still had, like, better relationships locked in through that as a network as well, I think that could have been good, you know, for things that I could have done outside of school. So I guess, just more like networking, but more with my peers. I probably would have done that, you know.
What about you guys?
Yeah.
I'm on a similar path. I feel like I was very well connected when I was in college. I was like on my P's and Q's about my professional goals and career goals, and I was on that shit. Like, I don't think I could have done anything differently on my professional side, but I feel like I put so much effort into that I lacked like those peer connections. Like, I do have like my day ones, my friends, Rajane, like that I connected with, you know, well, but I would probably like do that put a little more effort into social, like my social friends.
Yeah, like, you know who's right here.
For sure.
I was just kept trying to go up here, you know, with my network, but I'm like, you know, you can't forget about those as bumping elbows, like, you know, so, because, you know, people did go on and you know, I've done some great things after college that, you know, if I had a better connection with them, it's like I probably could have got opportunities through them too. Like, you know, and it probably would have been easier than me trying to go to somebody who already up there, you know. So, but because you went to San Diego State.
Yeah, we all did.
Okay, so cool, San Diego State.
Yeah, I just didn't know her. I don't know how to know you.
I was ducked off always.
I had to drag her out the house tight. Literally. But I think mine is probably the opposite of y'all. Like, I was in the streets.
Girl, but shit, at the same time, that's the time to do it. Like, you know, have fun real quick, you know?
Yes, I feel like I wanted to be involved in so much on campus that it kind of overwhelmed me, though. So I feel like I would have taken a step back and, like, I probably would have started this in college. You know, like, I think about that all the time. Like, what could I have done with my time instead of, like, putting it into somebody else's process and not focusing on mine, you know? So that's something that I probably would have done is, like, network with people from higher up so that they can give me the resources to know how to run, you know, an operation like this. But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And now that you say that, I wish I started my YouTube earlier when I did that, because it was the group videos that kind of made it, not that it made it popular, but it made it more fun because I was getting to know my friends in a different kind of level. Like, we're asking questions that, like, I thought all guys were trash. I still do, but, like, I was able to see them in a different light, though. Like,
you get the different perspectives.
Yeah, like, wow, they think about marriage. Who would have known? I thought they want to be players all day. So it was like a good learning experience. So yeah, I wish I did that. And it's also because I would have done, like, majored in something different, like maybe film or media, but I didn't know that was an interest because I never tried it.
Yeah,
I'm African, so they put you in a box, like, be doctors, be this. So I'm like, okay, healthcare.
So I kind of want to take it back to what she was saying, like growing up, you know, especially I feel like as foreigner parents, like they kind of instill different values in their kids. I guess the image of this country, like it's a higher standard. So when they come here, they come with these values, like this is what you're going to do, this is how you're going to do it. And I feel like for, you know, kids that already grow up here, it's not the same. Like we learn to value, you know, other things. So how can we as educators instill different values, or what values should we be instilling in our youth?
I mean, I really like this conversation too, because I'm always the type, like I've always been the type where I was never hung up on the materialistic things. And honestly, I think partly it was because, like, I couldn't really afford it. Like, you know, like it wasn't like, that's not something that was in our home. Like, you know, like my mama ain't buying me Gucci and this and that. Like, no, like, you know, it was either hand-me-downs, or, you know, you going to the thrift store, or you go to the little boutiques that got the little $5.99 tees, you know, the $10 jeans, like, you know. So what it always was, though, was just, you know, making what you got, like, you know, using what you got and making it work, like, you know. And so, you know, I still was able to find my confidence and my style, you know, without having to have a damn, you know, logo or a brand on necessarily. So my thing is just, especially now, it's like I want us to focus on ourselves, you know, just our mental health, because it's just like so much pressure outside, you know, in society, as far as like the expectations and, you know, how you get looked at when you're this and you're that, and like, you know, instead
of what matters
exactly, like, you know, just being so driven by the outside opinion so much. And it's just like right now, like what you really need to focus on is like finding that validation in yourself.
So Raj was saying, like it's obviously like the materialistics, those things stand strong, you know, especially in like this day and age now. But what you're saying is like just be confident in yourself. You don't need a nice bag, or you don't need some $700 shoes to feel like you're somebody. But how do you encourage that when all of someone's friends are wearing Balenciagas and you with your little $10 flip flops, you know, you're gonna be standing out, like, so.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know, be the change that you want to see, right? So if I'm hollering like, oh, Gucci don't make me, like, I'm gonna still go out with my friends. If y'all wear Balenciagas, that's cool. I'm not knocking y'all, you feel me? Like, but I got my Vans on, as long as I think it's cute and I feel good in it, you feel me? And I do that, like, you know, I walk what I talk. Then it's like, that's my way of, you know, putting that out there, or at least, you know, like, you know, pushing that message onto those who come in contact or who watch me, you know, because I am, like, you know, I have a presence. So the fact that I'm aware that I have a presence and, you know, some kind of influence, then I need to, you know, be what I'm trying to push.
See, okay, so I'm very grateful for social media, because it's in a way, it's become like a resource for us to learn about a lot of stuff that we don't get to see through the news channel, because oftentimes that's misrepresented, you know. But on the other end, I'm like, it really is reinforcing different values to our kids. Like, even now with me working with the kids, they are in Balenciagas and Gucci, and I don't know if it's real or not, but I'm like, I know that was not a concern of mine. Like,
no,
when I was a child, like, I just wanted to live and be
my Skechers,
you know?
When I was at Payless, stuff like what? It was like for us, it was the Air Forces and the Melissas. Like, you know, that's some average thing. You could go into the stores and find out at multiple stores, but high fashion, calm down. Like, it's nothing against the parenting, but it's still like you just have to be mindful of what you putting into your kids. So it's like if you gonna get them Balenciagas, also like I hope you teaching them about how to earn, you know, like
so grade straight.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you know, I hope this is something that they're earning and you're not just giving and not getting no values out of it, because it really, like you said, like that social media is. It's another teacher, but it's not necessarily always good. So you gotta monitor that thing, because it's crazy how, first of all, kids know how to work technology like straight out the womb now. Like babies be having phones. Like, I'm like, what? That's crazy. And then it's like they knowing about stuff, and I'm like, how the hell you like? What you know about that? Like, you know, and the damn social media. Like, what the? This crazy. So yeah, that right there just kind of be blowing me. Like, let a kid be a kid. Yeah. Like, let a kid be a kid. Get them some toys. Let them go, you know, bump a knee, fall on the ground, like, you know, like, monitor them games, that TV box, like, monitor that, but let them be out, one with nature, like, you know, get some air, like, climb a tree, like, hell.
That's how you figure out your purpose. I feel like that's how you figure out what you like and you don't like. Like, if you just focus on the phone all the time, it's like that's the only thing you're used to, too. Like, we're teaching them how to be programmed, literally, you know. So for me, it's like having that time, that free time to just do you, explore. Yes. So
I feel in a way, to your point, it is the parents' responsibility to also emphasize, like, go outside, do things. But like nowadays, like you said, if a baby's crying, instead of the parent like attending to it and being with it, they just like here.
Yeah, no, you're good. Let me make sure. Oh, no,
it's okay. Well, no, it's not. Okay.
It's under here.
I just got questions on there, but it's okay.
We gonna find it, y'all.
But yes, so like, So what do you do then when the parents don't instill that? Like, how can you now? Like, you probably work with adolescents. Like, how do you try to get them to learn something that they've been living years without, you know? Like, how do you re-emphasize that?
Yes, I do have plans, like what Education is Key is to, you know, have, like, create workshops and outreach programs to instill, like, those certain values and, you know, those certain ideas to the youth that I can, you know, access or get to, like, you know, just think about certain things that they may not, that there are conversations that they may not have at home, you know, like, so that if some may be, you know, I'm not saying no kids is getting this, but it's like, if you're not, then you still have the opportunity to get it if you would. Education is key, like, you know, because it'll be a range of things, like, because this is not just about scholarships, and this is not just for kids in school, like, you know, it's bigger than that. You know, it's a whole, like, you know, movement for the community in general, like, you know, for the parents, for the adults, you know, for the entrepreneurs, for the students, of course, for the teachers and so forth.
That's what's up. But I like how you said it's not just adolescents, it's not just kids, it's like the community, it's the parents, it's everyone, you know, because education, it impacts every single living being, you know. Exactly.
Like, and like we said, education is not just, it does not stop at school, like, you know, life is a whole ass fucking school, like. So, you know, you gotta be aware of the lessons. Like, you know, some people we go through and we be so distracted that we're missing the lessons, we're missing the signs, we're missing the answers and the things that we're really truly looking for, that our soul is yearning for. Because and I'm guilty. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, some of this advice that I give, I probably sound like, damn, she probably got it all together. Hell no. But, you know, like, you know, I do understand it though. So I know I could give it. But at the same time, I gotta take that my own advice too, like, you know, because this social media thing, like you said, is good, and it's also bad, and I'm so sad that I got to a point where it's like in my nature to just pick my phone, like, what's going on Instagram? Like, I hate that though.
I feel like it's because that's like the main thing we know right now. But recently, I've been practicing a little more meditation, journaling, all that, and like I'm trying to, like, instead of waking up and, you know, putting my Instagram on, like, I want to put on Calm, like YouTube Calm, and like do a 10-minute morning meditation or something, you know. But I feel like we use the resources that are, like, readily available, and it is our phone, it is our Instagram, whatever. We just need to know there's so much more. Education is out there. Like, we need to know that there's so many different opportunities and ways that we can navigate that, not just Instagram.
So we are on the wave with the movement of inspiring, y'all. Thank you for being here, love. It was a pleasure to continue this conversation. It's a wrap, y'all.
Natural education is key.